to the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. It reminded a lot of people of something, I just can't remember what it was. Oh, the Brett Kavanaugh hearings, in which Brett Kavanaugh, who had been accused by a high school friend of committing sexual abuse of her, cried his way through the hearings to make him a permanent member and Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court. And his tears turned out to be more powerful than the tears of Christine Blasey Ford, which were the tears of an alleged victim. But in America, there's a thing about both white vigilantism and white tears, particularly male white tears. Really white tears in general, because that's what Karens are, right? They Karen out, and then as soon as they get caught, it's like, Green Waterworks. White men can get away with that too. And it has the same effect. Even as the right tries to politicize the idea that masculinity is being robbed from American men by multiculturalism and wokeism, they still want to be able to have their tears. So my friend Jahan Jones, who writes...
she goes on to say her friend wrote an article about it, whatever.
My goodness.
It's amazing.
That was pretty terrible.
It's the confidence for me.
It's the confidence for me.
That was like every single thing. I mean, she's literally playing the game where it's like, how many leftist words can I fit into a sentence before, like, and every time you do it, you have to take a shot. Like, that's what it seemed like she was trying to do. Fit in every single leftist thing. The thing, no one cared about Brett Kavanaugh crying, okay? That's not why people sided with him. They sided with him because what he was saying was the truth. Okay, yep. Christine Blasey Ford, her story fell apart. It turned out to be pretty much fabricated from what people could gather from it. Mm-hmm. It was not legit. And when you asked people about it to support her story, when I went to a march actually in Los Angeles, it was an anti-Brett Kavanaugh march. And I went and asked people about it. And they said, I can't really tell you what's the truth is, but we just need to believe all women. And I was like, what? It's like, no. It's like, no, you need to believe the truth. The truth, if it's a woman or if it's a man, it doesn't matter. You believe the truth. You don't want to just sacrifice some guy like Brett Kavanaugh just because of your own agenda about believing all women. That's a stupid thing to do. A very stupid thing to do.
Yeah, the tears have very little to do with how people feel about these situations, which is so interesting. The left clings onto emotion as much as they possibly can. Are those tears powerful and I'm sure effective? Absolutely, because both of these men went through a traumatic experience. I would argue Kyle's a little bit more so than Brett's, but went through very traumatic experiences and were put in a position that is extremely stressful in front of not only a room full of people, but in front of America. You crying in that moment has nothing to do with using a race card or even invalidating your masculinity. Those are two separate things. And to think that crying is what really influenced our opinions on this rather than the facts of the matter, that Brett Kavanaugh was most likely wrongfully accused and that Kyle Rittenhouse was acting in self-defense, that's what truly matters to us. The tears on that just show how horrendous these situations are.
Yeah, the fact that she framed this whole argument too as tears versus tears instead of truth versus lies, or the truth versus falsehood, or justice versus mob rule, or I don't know, the standard of evidence and a presumption of innocence versus kangaroo court. That is what is really at play here. And the fact that she just skips right past facts and logic and evidence and justice and goes right into it was racist. It was literally just skipped right into this neo-racism that is her entire worldview.
Yeah,
how do people get away with such blatant racism all the time? I don't get it. I seriously don't get it.
That's the new narrative.
How is that fair?
Because they're the victim. They're the victim at all costs. And why don't we make a separate TikTok and go, Joy Reid, all you do is cry racism. And that works for everything. It works for everything that black people do. They go and cry racism and it works. Black tears are the most effective thing in America. How about we make that TikTok and see how that is received by the general public while she gets cheered on for talking about white male tears and white Karen tears, which again, what did I say? Karen's there. It's an effort. The word Karen is an effort to alienate white women. Anyways, and she just made the point herself. One of the biggest black talk show hosts in a very long time just made that point. It is an effort to do that. And if we did the same on our side, you would be crying racism till the cows come home.